Ta-da! Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Butterfly Square Garden, a place where you can be free to be yourself. And as you can see from our spread, this is another drawing instruction video where I get to practice drawing and practice teaching at the same time. So if you're here watching this, that's probably because you're interested in drawing yourself. And we've got some good educational books here to teach us how to do that. If you want to skip ahead to the actual part where I'm drawing, you can click the link below. Also, don't forget to click this button over here to like and subscribe. Yeah, so help my channel grow and I'll help your channel grow. We've got our pencil, we've got everything, we're all set. So let's just jump right in. We're going to read a little from Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain like we always do. We're going to do a little bit from the anatomy like we always do, and then we're going to move on to the figure drawing and self-portraiture at the end, which is the main goal of the video. We really want to get good at drawing people because it's just the most fun. Most interesting, most validating. If you can draw people, you can draw anything. So, anyone, any age, any gender, whatever, anyone can learn how to draw. Anyone who can read and write can and should know how to draw. This is the best book from my experience that teaches people how to draw in a relatively short period of time. Once you understand the concept that drawing is a global task, just like riding a bike or swimming, so there's a couple component skills that once you can do those individually, then you can put them together, and then you can draw, or swim, or ride a bike. I've got my creed, whatever it is that we always start the class with, and it goes like this. So, the global skill of drawing a perceived object, space, person, landscape, something that you see out there, requires only 5 basic component skills, no more. These skills are not drawing skills, they are perceptual skills, listed as follows. 1. The perception of edges. 2. The perception of spaces. 3. The perception of relationships. 4. The perception of lights and shadows. And 5. The perception of the whole, or gestalt. And then you can see from this image of little circle that all of the skills build upon each other, and the gestalt just means the first 4 put together and integrated. So that one doesn't even really count. And then over here, this talks about left brain, right brain hemisphere theory and how we've got different parts of the brain that do different kinds of problem solving. And most of the time we spend the day with the left hemisphere, which is very linguistic and it's very sequential and numeric. But what we need to do in order to draw is cross over to the R mode. And this book says that in order to gain access to the subdominant visual perceptual R mode of the brain, it is necessary to present the brain with a job that the verbal analytic mode, L mode, will turn down. So that's why all of the exercises in this book, therefore, are based on 2 organizing principles and major aims. First, oops, I was fine. I can just do this. To teach the reader the 5 basic component skills of drawing, and second, to provide conditions that facilitate making cognitive shifts to the R mode thinking, seeing mode specialized for drawing. Interesting. And in short, in the process of learning to draw, one also learns to control, at least to some degree, the mode by which one's own brain handles information. And that was just a Spark Notes version of what the book says. Focus. Did I do it? I did it. So yeah, that's all it takes to learn how to draw. And the people in her course go from drawing like really bad to drawing like semi-normal. Um, a do 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 do. Hello. Yeah, you can just take a look at some of these before and afters. Haha, aren't they funny? Yeah. Whoops, that was too small. All right, up next. This is the first exercise that I use with my students in crossing over from L to R. It says over here, the exercises that follow are specifically designed to help you understand the shift from the dominant left hemisphere mode to the subdominant R mode. I can go on describing the process over and over in words, but only you can experience for yourself this cognitive shift, this slight change in subjective state. As Fats Waller once said, if you gotta ask what jazz is, you ain't never gonna know. So anyways, this is dirty, sorry. Tap, 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 tap. So yeah, you gotta feel it to believe it. It's really a different way to live your life mode. As you can see in this book, we've got the face vase. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to start on the left side, and then I'm going to go around to the right. And I'm going to do the first side without talking, and we're going to do this together. And then on the other side, what I'm going to do is talk, describing what it is that I'm drawing, like chin, lips, nose, forehead, eyeballs. So I just ended up grabbing a red pencil. Do 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 do. Ah do 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 do. Do boop ba 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 ba. Now I'm going around the other side, and I'm gonna do just like I said. So neck, chin, lips, nose, and then eyes, eyebrows, forehead, and then hairline, and then it ends. Ta-da! What did you think? Did you guys find that exercise easy, hard? It's actually supposed to be a difficult exercise if you're doing it for the first time. It says over here, nearly all of my students experience some confusion or conflict while doing this exercise. A few people experience a great deal of conflict, even a moment of paralysis. If this happened to you, you may have come to a point where you needed to change direction in the drawing, but didn't know which way to go. The conflict may have been so great that you could not make your hand move the pencil to the right or the left. Did that happen to you? Did it get a little confusing? That is the purpose of the exercise, to create conflict so that each person can experience in their own minds the mental crunch that can occur when instructions are inappropriate to the task at hand. I believe that the conflict can be explained as follows. I gave you instructions that strongly plugged in the verbal system in the brain. Remember that I insisted that you name each part, and it goes on talking about that. To sum up, the point of the seemingly simple vase faces exercise is this. In order to draw a perceived object or person, something that you see with your eyes, you must make a mental shift to the brain mode that is specialized for this visual perceptual task. So, I'm closing the book because I'm kind of done with it for this very second. I think I would like to do this color that I just grabbed. So yeah, when we did the second half, we were talking like nose, lips, chin. That was supposed to activate the L mode, which actually causes conflict because the hemispheres are competing for the task at hand, and we want the R mode. So it's almost like an exercise in experiencing what not to do. And then once you learn what's going on and you start to become more familiar with that feeling, you can just draw. And I've done this exercise a bunch of times. So I'm going to go ahead and say that that was probably one of the best ones that I've ever done. I just do it like faster each time. A do 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 do. Let's compare. A do 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 do. This is the book that we've been working on. Oops, I shouldn't have shown you the top. So this is the face vase that we did yesterday. I changed doing the little neck fat because I noticed I was doing that wrong. Which I did do it on both sides, which is the right thing to do, but I just ended up taking it out because I didn't want it there anymore. And then this is an even older one that we did where I actually kind of did mess up a little bit. So I've been doing this over and over and over, so it's like getting pretty easy, but it's supposed to be hard. So just know that the more you do something, the less energy it takes for your brain to do it. So yeah, I guess I mean I was trying hard. I was trying, but it's just like easier to get the desired effect that I want now that I've been practicing it a lot. So that's the end of that. Good job, Jason. On the face vase, we are in the right frame of mind. And I just wanted to mention one more thing, that since we are practicing edges, that's like the first step. Another thing that I like to do to talk about is pure contour drawing, which is like this guy over here. He's looking at the wrinkles in his hand, while he's drawing on the paper. But he's not looking at what he's drawing on the paper because he's trying to establish a link between his brain and his hand and what he's seeing. So you get a bunch of these squiggly lines, but that's actually the right thing to do. And it says, so yeah, set a timer for like 5 minutes and do that exercise, and it'll totally help you cross over from L to R. So, for reasons that are still unclear, pure contour drawing is one of the key exercises in learning to draw. But it's a paradox. Pure contour drawing, which doesn't produce a good drawing in students' estimations, is the best exercise for effectively and efficiently causing students later to achieve good drawing. Even more important, though, this is the exercise that revives our childhood wonder and the sense of beauty found in all things. So yeah, that's why we're drawing. I mean, it is important to get a good drawing that you want to show off and be like, oh, look how talented of an artist I am. But it's really important to understand that looking at things can be an enjoyable process all in itself, and drawing kind of extends that moment in time and makes it deeper and richer. So like if I like looking at flowers and I want to paint a flower, I can spend like a whole day looking at the flower and it would just be a wonderful day. So now that I'm done with that, let's move into our anatomy. The study of anatomy has long been essential training for painters and sculptors who want to accurately portray the human form. And this has never been truer today. And that's what we want to do. We want to draw the human form accurately, just like that. I've been working out, so maybe I'll look like that. We've got lots of anatomy. It talks about how scientists and artists and doctors all worked side by side, dissecting cadavers during the Renaissance. The whole first chapter is talking about the anatomies, the language of the anatomy, hyperflexion, abduction, but we're skipping that for now and going straight to chapter 2, which is the head, face, and neck. No. Yes. We've been drawing this skull, and we've been drawing this skull a lot. And I'm going to do it again because I kind of feel like it's really important to like be so good at drawing the skull that you can basically draw it in your sleep, and I'm like 90% there. I know I keep saying I'm going to move on, but it's kind of like the only way I can move on is by adding to what I already have. So if I'm going to do the neck, then I need to draw the head. So that's just how that goes. I don't think I've drawn in red a red skull yet. So now I'm going to draw a red skull. Now, class. Drawing skulls are super important because we want to be able to draw ourselves. That's really my main goals. I want to draw myself fairly accurately, starting with like an ovally shape. And now I'm making it more of a rainbowy arc. You know, a C shape on top. I don't want to be too... I'm not too sure of my lines yet, so I'm not going to go cray. I'm dividing it like in half, basically. So this is the frontal bone. And attached to the frontal bone is called the superior temporal line. So that's what I'm drawing in now. Goes like in, and then it kind of goes out because of the eye socket. So oh, it's kind of like way off. Anyways, I don't really care. I just want to practice drawing my skulls. So this is the superciliary arch, or the brow line, which makes this the glabella, which makes this the orbital, or the eye socket. The eye sockets go like up and then kind of down a little bit, and then around this way, kind of back up there, and then in again. Oh, it's so hot. Why is it always so hot in here? Okay, so that means that we've got this nasal bone. This is the root of the nose, the nasal bone. Do 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 do. Boo 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 boo. And this is the zygomatic bone, which comes in and kind of like an S curve. Do 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 do. We've got kind of like a nosy shape. Nosy shape. No, we learned the name of it, so let me think. It is called... What is my nosy shape? Nasal cavity. I don't know why I couldn't say that for a second. The nasal cavity. And then there's this bone dividing the nasal cavity. That's called the vomer bone. I think I always make the nasal cavity like way too small, so let's just open it up a little bit. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Now, it's important to get some shading in over here. Fa la 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 la. So, I've worked in restaurants for a lot of my life because it's like one of my favorite things to do. Um, and during rush hour, when things get really busy, I'll find myself like singing songs to myself. So, do you guys do that when you're busy with something? Do you like sing to yourself? Boop boo doo 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 doo. It's coming out. It's getting there. So yeah, I've learned at this point in my life, I've learned that if you want to get good at something, you've got to make it into a habit. You've got to really stick with it and just like repeat yourself over and over and over and just repeat and repeat and repeat. So that's what we're doing. We're repeating. So the lower jawbone is called, what's it called, class? That's right, comment below. It's the mandible. Okay, so this is like the upper dental arch. Smile. And then this is like the lower dental arch. Which means that this actually is not far out enough. I always check out the negative space over here because it just makes it way easier. Let's see. So this whole thing is actually in shadow. Boop, boo, 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 boo. Look, I didn't even put the line in over there. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 boo, 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 boo. I'm usually like way more careful about not putting in a wrong line, but I've noticed that with frequent practice, the lines that I put down are like generally in the right spot. So I know that's like stupid to point out, but it's actually a pretty big deal. Like being able to draw without erasing the whole time is like actually what we are going for. So I'm always reminded of the story of my friend in art school who was like, I just really wanted to get better at drawing one summer, so I only drew in pen because I didn't want to erase anymore. Like, not that erasing is bad, it's just that you'll learn way faster if you're just drawing and moving forwards and not backwards the whole time. Because a lot of beginner drawers will be like, they'll put like little tiny lines, and then they'll erase little tiny lines, and they'll move little tiny lines around. And that's just like not how we want to be. We want to have strong, confident woman. I mean lines. I did that on purpose. I'm just kidding around. This is actually much darker. This whole thing is actually much darker. So, tell me a little about yourself. What brought you here? What brought you to drawing? What Is your favorite color? Do you have a favorite color? This whole thing needs to be darker. I need some strong, confident lines. Oh, I didn't even put in the chin yet. So actually, the mandible, it goes over here. And what am I trying to say? We learned that we've got two mental tubercles and the mental protuberance. Oh my goodness, I totally janked that up. But it's okay, because it's supposed to be dark anyway. Do 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 do. It's still not enough, but it's okay. Pretty much almost there. We really just have to clean up some of our lines, put in the teeth, but that's basically our skull. This is supposed to be way darker. So yeah, I really want to build an online community of artists who are really confident in their ability to draw. I really want that to be in existence. So help me out by learning how to draw yourself. And then once you know how to draw with as many people as you can, as many things as you can, whatever floats your boat. It's just like as many people that we can get on board, we must do. There's like a big shadow over here. Like this whole side of the skull is kind of in shadow. Getting kind of bored with this drawing, so I'm gonna finish it up and move on. We're only at 28 minutes in. That's not so bad. Oh goodness. Something's wrong. Oh, that's what's wrong. I went too far down on this side, maybe. It doesn't really freaking matter, though. There's like little cracks back here. And what else? What else? Let's clean up the nasal bone, which could have been way bigger, but oh well. I'm gonna just really quickly draw the teeth in, because I don't feel like going cray. Do. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on the bottom it goes like 1, 2, 3, 4. Do 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 do. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it just goes like 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, it wasn't perfect, but you know, it got the job done. And then I'm just gonna shade a little bit in between the spaces, just to make, the teeth pop a little bit. And then there's like these little like V shapes kind of in the bone. So I'm just kind of hinting them. Oh my god, it's so hot in here. It is so crazy hot. I'm about to take my paint off. Alright. Do you guys have anything to add to this drawing? Because otherwise I'm like kinda done. What color should we make the background? Green! Okay. Let's see. Frontal bone, superior temporal line, superciliary arch, orbit is the eye socket, glabella, nason is the root of the nose, and then we've got nasal bone, nasal cavity, vomer bone. The maxilla is the upper jawbone. The lower jawbone is the mandible. We've got temporal bone, parietal bone, occipital bone, zygomatic bone. Zygomatic arch is on the side. Zygomatic process. Blah blah blah. So we're only at like 30 minutes. Should we draw the skull from the profile? Because I kind of feel like I want to. Today is 4/8/2021. I'm just giving it a little background because it deserves a little bit of a background. So we want to get really good at drawing these like really fast and really perfect. So I guess that's why I'm gonna do that way. And now let's compare it to. Oh wow, I have drawn in green. Interesting. So what do you think? I think I liked my teeth better. I might have drawn this side of the mandible better. I did this better. This eye socket was really good. I did the nose better. I did this spot better. I did the shadows better. Faster and better. That's what we're going for, everybody. Faster and better. This is 7. This is 8 in our book, because we're making a book, everybody. That's 8 pages in our book. Our first few videos, we couldn't do that because we were all over our notebook. So I was like, we have to organize this. Okay, so yeah, we're getting practice drawing our skulls. So next we're gonna draw this skull. What color should we use, class? I'm looking at the orange, but I'm like really afraid that it's not gonna be dark enough. So I'm just gonna put some red on top. So we start with like a sea rainbow. And it comes down forwards like this. There's like a semi-circle underneath, like right here. It comes in. Do 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 do. Boop 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 boop. I guess this is even further down, maybe. I'm getting like just a little gestury picture in. This is my little nosy bone. So, wow, that looks gray, but it's orange. Isn't that funny? So, I've got like my gestury space kind of started, and I'm gonna start darkening up some of the spots that I feel are correct in their placement. Yeah, I kind of try to start on the top, middle-y-ish area. Ba ba da da ba ba da 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 da. And they have like this little circle thingy. So how long have y'all been drawing for? Is this the first time that you've ever drawn anything at all? Do you have parents that encouraged you to draw? Or not? Did you draw on the walls growing up? Like, tell me a little bit about you. All right, so let's see. Oh goodness, I'm gonna sneeze. Let's see. I'm ready if I do sneeze. It's there, but it's not. It's messing with me. So let's see. This is the zygomatic arch right here. Which means that the occipital protuberance would be like here-ish. Bum, 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 bum. And then there's like this little triangular thing. That's the external auditory medius, everybody. That little round thing. That's what I've learned. That is. Let me see. What's going on here? So that wasn't the most well executed, but it's okay. This is the maxilla right here. Did I go out too far with that? That's okay. And then there's the upper dental arch, and then the lower dental arch, and then the mental protuberance, angle of the mandible, body of the mandible, that's the ramus. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1. It comes in a little more. 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. Boop, boop, boop. Do 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 do. So I'm kind of just speeding through this one, if you haven't noticed. But I'm not. I mean, I'm still trying. Like, just because I'm trying to go fast doesn't mean I'm just doing garbage. Like, the whole point of this is to get better. So this all goes a little darker. And then this whole thing needs to be all darker. Yeah, the longer I draw, just the more confident I am with some of my line work. So I guess there's some things that really only come with time. So that's why you've really got to put in those hours, everybody. I do believe that, you know, pure natural talent exists. People can figure it out, but I don't know. I feel like you'll know it for real if you really work hard for it. Like, you'll have those skills and you can own them. People be like, "Can I see your notebook?" And you'll be like, "Sure." But just know that my best work is hanging in the gallery. Because that's what it's like when you're a good artist. People line up to look at your work. I made this like really dark by accident, but it's okay. I guess that's kind of it. Let's make, oh god, I don't even know what this ball is called. Mastoid process. Mastoid process. That's one of the few things that I don't know still. Mastoid process. I also need to find out what the little squiggly cracks are actually named. Because I'm still calling them squiggly digglies. I think that might be the official name, though. I didn't make the lines in the teeth dark enough. Whoopsies. Boop 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 boo. Do 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 do. Did I miss anything? Oh, the squiggle diggles. And then that's it. So, it's a good skull. And we're only at 45 minutes. Usually, like, we're way into, like, an hour by now. And usually we only do one skull, but today we did two full-on skulls. And in the beginning, we weren't even doing full-on skulls. We were only doing, like, one bone. So I'm going to give us a little congratulations in our development because we've actually gotten way better. So yeah, let's see. Let's start over here. And then there's also cracks here, cracks here, cracks here. These look a lot like the pure contour drawing. So for these squiggles, like obviously I'm not trying to get every single squiggle to be accurately replicated. I'm just going in the direction that the squiggles are going, and then I'm making my own squiggles. Do 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 do. See, like you can see the squiggles go this way, so I'm gonna go in a line making the squiggles, but it's like not that important for me to get perfect ones. Especially since the second I'm done with this drawing, it's like not really valuable to me anymore. Because we're just gonna make another one tomorrow. Okay, what else? Like, I could have done this spot better, but I'll work on that next time. So what else do we have to say? We've got frontal bone, parietal bone, temporal bone, occipital bone, that's the occipital protuberance. Mastoid process, external auditory medius, angle of mandible, remus of mandible, body of mandible, maxilla, upper lower dental arch, orbital, zygomatic bone, nasal cavity, vomer bone. There's like sphenoid bone, I think is that one. What else? There's like so many things, but there is a finite number of things to learn. So I feel like eventually we will get to the end. That's a pretty good skull. I'm gonna, pats for Jason. So Temporomandular Joints. That's this thing. I can never remember that. Temporomandular Joints. Nasal bone, superior temporal line, we knew that. Yeah, we actually learned the external auditory medius, so I'm proud of us for that. External occipital protuberance, yeah. Now let's make the background. Ooh, this nice like lavender color. It's lilac. That's nice. I like lilac. I like lilac. I like lilac. I like lilac. I'm just putting a little bit of a aura around it because that just adds a little bit of professionalism to the drawing. And that way it's not just like sitting on a blank white canvas. It's like got this liveliness to it. So now don't forget to name and date it for 8/2021. Do 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 do. So this is our work today. I'm pretty happy with the fact that it's not even an hour yet, and we've got 2 really good drawings. So that's 8. This is page 9 in our book. I'm like really happy with that. So going backwards, this is what we did 2 days ago. And I actually like, I think I might like this one better. Why would I like this one better? What's different? I think I messed up over here. And also same thing with the nose. I didn't draw on the nasal bone very well. And they're like pretty similar though, but I definitely messed up on the jawbone, the mandible. And this could have been, I noticed I messed up over here too. I did do the cervical vertebra of the neck. I didn't do that today because I did 2 skull drawings instead. And I think if I draw them again tomorrow, I'll be able to draw them even faster. Yeah, and we already looked at this. So we're eventually going to be able to draw skulls like with our eyes closed. Like that's basically what I want to happen, is to get good enough to just casually. The ones I did today are definitely better than the old ones, which is interesting because I did 2 of them in like the same amount of time that it took me to do 1 of them before. So yeah, I always have my little analysis going on. Putting them all back in order. The most important thing is to practice. Practice, practice, practice. So it is finally that time of the video where I get to draw myself. Everything that we did up until this point has been just an exercise for that. But yeah, before I do that, lacrimal bone is behind the eyes. I don't know that yet. Lacrimal bone, ethmoid bone, and sphenoid bone. But I did learn vomer bone. So, yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. It's a lot to learn. So I don't expect to learn it all in one day. But it's important to draw every day. Oh, this is my last page, guys. I'm gonna have to get more paper after this. So now it's time to disrobe. Ta-da! And I'm also taking my pants off. Ugh, because it's just so hot. I won't show you that, but maybe I'll show you. Yep, there's my knee. And my legs over here. Cool. So, yep, it's that time of the video where I draw my own beautiful face. Yeah, like I keep saying, everything in the video was to prepare me for this point, because now I'm going to draw myself. And it's easier with having practiced the anatomy and the exercises to get me into the right mode of brain. So, I'm gonna start with like a little oval, bring it down, out, The eyes are in the middle of the face. Shading in just like the darkest spots that I see really quickly. And I can go back in and define them all better later. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, it's important to start really light Oh my goodness, I just gave myself the biggest eyebrow ever. I'm just kind of doing a quick little scribble. This is like not even a gesture. This is like a full-on mini drawing already. Boop boo doo 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 doo. And it comes up and like this. And comes down for my mustache. And this is all in shadow. I actually don't have the best lighting in here. It's very important to have good light, which I do not. I'm not really sure what kind of process I'm using. I'm just drawing what I see and hoping that it comes across on the paper, which it kind of is, but you can barely, I'm not really drawing dark enough for you guys to see. Boop, 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 boop. That's my superior temporal line. Superciliary arch is here. I actually kind of like this one. And I've got like a little ponytail going action. And then this is all in shadow. That was my first little gesture, which I kind of like. It's not the worst drawing. It's kind of good. I'll do another one. Maybe I'll just go for a bigger. Oh, look at this big ass drawing I've got going on over here, everybody. So I'm dividing it in half, and this is kind of where my nose would be. Okay, so let's see. Frontal bone with my like hairline kind of going over here. So frontal bone, got my superior temporal line here. Glabella, superciliary arch. Orbitals would be here. This is like my nose. Stash, lips, chin, mandible. Okay, I think I've got enough construction lines. There's something under the paper which just caused me to fuck up a little bit. So that's kind of bummer. It's got like a nosy thing going on. my eyebrow things. I think I just keep moving my stupid face. Like I can't get it right. The mustache comes like way further than my eye. Whoop, 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 whoop. This one's coming out pretty lame. But it ain't done yet. So I'm just trying to get all of the good spots. Because I'm only going to be drawing for another couple of minutes. So there's like a blue frickin' line right on my screen. Fixed it. So the eyebrow goes like from here all the way. See, the eye goes like past my nose, so a boop 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 boop. I liked it for like a second. But it's too much not rightness going on. So I'm gonna shade in everything on this side of the face. Yeah, it's kind of like a lost cause. Actually, like it's not the worst. Oh goodness. Oh God, what did I just do? It's like all of that work with the sculling did like nothing to help me with my anatomy. Comment in this section below. Tell me what I can do to help get better faster, because I want to get better faster. Ugh, it's so bad. I might as well just start over. Okay, glabella, eyes, eyebrows, nose, mouth. Oops, it's coming out like an anime character or something. Maybe I've been drawing for too long. I think I'm getting a little fatigued because I just like want to start drawing really fast. That's usually not good for your drawing. Unless you're doing like gesture drawings, but I'm trying to do like my nice, slow, hour-long, serious drawings, but it's already, what are we, an hour and 5 minutes, so yeah, I'm kind of gonna cut this in a second. This is like a cartoon version of myself, I guess. Maybe I should add that to the repertoire, drawing like a couple cartoon characters of myself. Because eventually I'm going to do that as well. It's like cartooning. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, goodness. So, once we get further in the anatomy book, it does actually show you how to draw like eyes and noses and eyebrows and stuff. So I'm kind of excited to get to that point, but we're actually like doing really well with what we've done so far. Yeah, that's a really bad portrait. They don't always come out good, guys. So this is 4/8/2021. JSJ with my butterfly. So what did we draw today, everybody? We did our anatomy, and we did our skull study, and then we did our other skull study, and we did our vase face study. So lots of studying today. Is there anything you want to say, Jason? Yeah, thanks for drawing us into existence. Yeah, thanks, Jason. We're glad to exist now. And I'm a girl skull. So 7, 8, 9. Yeah, for as good as those skulls came out, I'm kind of disappointed in my very crappy self-portraiture. But this is only like the 8th video in the sequence, and originally I decided that I was going to draw 500 self-portraits, and I was like, I want to get good at drawing self-portraits, so I'm just going to keep drawing them until I get better. But what I realized was I wasn't really getting any better. I was just drawing the same bad portraits over and over. So that's why I decided to go back to the basics, and I started doing the anatomy. I started doing the other exercises. Let's see. We can compare the anatomy. That's what we did last time. And then we did that one even before that. I kind of like this one a lot. You know, you can see little hints of a good drawing. So hopefully I can just start putting those hints together more often. And yeah, maybe a year from now, we'll be able to draw like very outstanding portraits of anyone, but we're still just like barely a week in. don't forget to like and subscribe. So yeah, thanks for coming to class, everybody. I'm so happy to be working together with you. I, in the future, foresee myself like streaming more and drawing more live with people and doing more of a live correspondence. But we're just practicing teaching our classroom and we're practicing drawing our own anatomy. Once I finish the book, the anatomy book, I feel like I'll be able to move on to more life drawing of people. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like I'll have a better class. So yeah, these videos are mostly for me, but if you're in the audience, thanks for coming. Thanks for stopping by. I love you. Um, I want to get to know all of you guys better. I want to build a community of artists who support each other. And that is just a really wonderful idea that I want to make happen. Yep, just showing off one more time. That's the work that we did today. Pretty good, I gotta say. I keep forgetting to draw with enough space to not worry about the hole puncher, but I'm gonna end up like punching holes in all of my work. Yep. So this is just what it looks like when you practice drawing a lot. You tend to have a lot of drawings. So maybe one day I'll just fill up an entire bookshelf with just like my own drawings and stuff. So yeah, I don't even know. What do we even talk about this whole time? Usually I talk about like the kids in my old art class, but I didn't talk about that at all today. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna end this video because we're just gonna make another one in the morning. So peace out and show me your work. I would really like to see the work that you do. So post your stuff and I'll be your biggest cheerleader. Okay. Ciao. Adiosas. Adios. Goodbye. See you tomorrow. Okay. Bye.